This video is made possible by the support of Grim Dark Terrain, our generous Patreons at Team Titanicorn, and kindly viewers like you.
Greetings, my fellow princeps and moderati. I am Dizzy from Team Titanicorn and I want to welcome you to yet another update video. This is the first quarter of 2022. It has been quiet for the last weeks and months, and I want to explain the circumstances and what we've got in mind for the next time. So, last year, 2021, December, at beginning of December, I've got a tattoo of my favorite Legio here on my arm, and right after that, Fortuna happened to gift me Corona. Yes, I was positive infected, and nearly the whole December was gone due to this quarantine status, and there was no time for recording any battle reports, and I had to struggle to keep up to record my weekly vlogs in German. At the end of the year, there was a trouble around my working place. As some of you might know, I work in a mental institution, and around the Christmas time and the change of the years, there is always some trouble around there due to lost families and all this stuff. So it was very demanding on that regard, so even then there was no time. The beginning of 2022 started with deconstructing of a building right in front of the studio's window. Maybe you hear some of these noises also right now, cause the deconstruction progress is now in the sixth or seventh week, and it is loud and there is vibration all around the building all the time, and I am very stressed by that. And then there is the circumstance that Silent got much to do at his work. Some days he needs to travel around 200 kilometers only to go to work. And then there is this family thingy with the newborn Ilvi, as we mentioned before. So there is much trouble and much stress in our private lives, so we couldn't keep up the battle reports. But I hope it will be better soon. In my time this year, I chose to build such miniatures here, or mexages. These are the Titans of Warhammer 40,000. This is the start of Adeptus Titanicus 28mm, and if you follow us on Instagram, you may be updated already. This is the start of Legio Graphonicus, this is the start of Legio Furian, and I am building those models right now and keep up the pace that I maybe in March 2022 got all the miniatures built and can start painting, so that this giant project is completed mid to late 2022, and we can bring you some Adeptus Titanicus 28mm battle reports and bring you some convention event stuff around such big miniatures. There is a thing with the Titan Owners Club that they put out all their Titans on the table and play with them, and I got something similar in mind for the German community. So we keep you updated with this, and in regards of the lists for 28mm Adeptus Titanicus, we talk about this later. Next stop for the Adeptus Titanicus in the small scale, this scale that you know. We record another battle report in the next days. I don't know what Silent brings to the table right now. He said he wanted to bring something cheesy, and I thought maybe I can put down the nightly households again. This was our first foray into Adeptus Titanicus battle reports when I brought my House Maccabeus household, and I want to put down them again, in this time in conjunction with some Mechanicus Knights and around 1,500 points, and we keep you updated. You see pics on Patreon, Instagram when it's time for this. The next thing is still in mind, this campaign thingy with some games that will build up in escalation and that will bring more points value each game, but this is in regards that we could not record the last time, gone a bit back into the schedule. So then there is my wishes and my thank you for all the Patreons that are still around. With your support, we could afford to get even another battery pack and a memory card for our camera, and get some licensed music that you maybe hear now in the background, so that we don't need to play this final liberation soundtrack all the time, and we got some drums and horns for this giant machine of distraction. So this is music that we will hear often in the next videos, and to get something of a mood piece onto the channel, we purchased the license to 4 musical pieces. So this is due to your patronage, and I thank you very much for this. Then to Adeptus Titanicus 28mm. There were many pics in the last days, weeks and months on the Instagram account, and I try to keep up with this on Patreon, but Patreon is very, very slow in the browser and on my mobile phone, so I more often or more frequently update you with Instagram. So this is not to benefit these Instagram followers more, this is just due to technical reasons. As you might have already recognized, I will build up a Legio Graphonicus Ferox Light Maniple and a Legio Furion Axiom Battle Line Maniple. This Legio Graphonicus thing is a hybrid, cause Graphonicus can switch out these Titans with Reaver Titans, cause Graphonicus got many of those machines in their arsenal, so I could play a Venator Light Maniple and switch one of the Warhounds out with one Reaver. I can play maybe Janissary Maniple, I can play a Axiom and switch out the Warlord with a Reaver? No, that's not possible. There is one Reaver too few in my collection. But I could play a Lupercal and switch out and do this switcheroo thing and play many different Maniple. But the main reason for the Ferox Maniple is the loadout of the machines and my favorite playstyle with the Legio Furion machines in the small scale, and I want to transport this into the bigger scale with another Legio, and Legio Graphonicus is a nice thing with these. I pick a target at the beginning of the game, and this Titan rerolls stuff on this targeted enemy until another Titan of my force opens fire on him. So this is a nice thing, and the Ferox Maniple is this in scale of the enemy. I got a plus 1 to the strength, and in the close quarters combat range with 2 inches, I could decide if I want to go ballistic skill or weapon skill, so this is a nice thing also. The Warhound Scout Titans that you see here are a Jackal and 2 Mastiffs / Wolf class Titans. We got a Jackal here in the center. The chassis doesn't matter, but the weapons that are in front of him. He got a Vulcan Megabolter and an Inferno Gun, so very light armament to go sprint forward and flame the enemy. Then we got the 2 Wolf or Mastiff class Titans. This depends on if I run them as single Titans or in a squadron. If they go in a squadron, they are Wolf class Titans. This is a Vulcan Megabolter Turbo Laser Destructor. This one is a Turbo Laser Destructor with a Plasma Blast Gun. So those are the damage dealer, the damage output guys, and if I go with coordinated fire, and this one will shoot later, the Vulcan Megabolter got a strength of not 4 instead of 5 with this, and if I am in the scale of the enemy, I got a strength of 6, so this is some synergy that I want to use here. The next additions that are still in the box around there in my working place are 2 Reaver Battle Titans. There is 1 Reaver Battle Titan that goes as a Vandal with a Gatling Blaster, a Titan Power Fist and a Apocalypse Missile Launcher, and the other one will go more lean to a Goth variant with a Turbo Laser Destructor on its carapace, interchangeable with a Apocalypse Missile Launcher. We got a Laser Blaster on the arm, and on the other there is the possibility of a Gatling Blaster and or a Volcano Cannon, so an artillery piece if I want to play this maniple more leaned to a Venator Light. I could use this for the bonus shots if the Warhounds strip enemy shields. So this is the idea with Legio Graphonicus, and there will be supporting Night Banners, a Night Banner Cerestus of 2 Acheron and 1 Lancer chassis, and a Knight Questores with a 2 Paladin variants, close quarters combat weapon and a rapid fire battle cannon. One of those is the model of the Knight Preceptor, but this would count as a Paladin, and a Knight Crusader with a thermal cannon and a Avenger Gatling Cannon is it called in English, and there are 2 missile pods in this banner, so I can add up the points to get the right amount of points to go against Legio Furian. Legio Furian would be an Axiom battle line maniple. We got here right now a Warhound and 2 Reaver or a Feral and 2 Ravager Titans to show you. In the front, this is a Warhound class Titan. This is more of a Mastiff variant, and this one would be run with Ibn Farouk, Titan of Legend roots, so this counts as him. After he has been shot down in the last game with the Adeptus Stammtisch, he will rise again with chaos runes and the same loadout, Turbo Laser Destructor, the Plasma Blast Gun. He already got his hunting auspex installed. He got these Kingslayer special rule, I guess it's called. And on the German command table, or command terminal, he got a command check of 3 up, so very, very valuable. I've seen already some English command terminals where he only got a 5 up, so maybe you can correct me on this. If the English command terminal is a 5 up, I play him wrong all the time. So keep that in mind. Then we got 2 Ravager Titans. We got a Vandal and a Goth. We got a Power Fist, we got a Laser Blaster and a Apocalypse Missile Launcher on this one. And here we got an Apocalypse Missile Launcher, a Laser Blaster and a Volcano Cannon. Both would be run with hunting auspexes for the better shooting abilities. And I got additional weapons here for those 2 guys. We got another Claw or Power Fist in this regard. And still need some bending on the gun barrels. We got 2 Gatling blaster, one left, one right, so I can switch out the weapons on those Titans. Next up, still in transit, would be a Mastiff class Warhound Scout Titan. This is a Vulcan Megabolter Plasma Blast Gun variant, also a corrupted Titan, and there will be a Deathbringer, maybe Night Gaunt variant of a Warlord Battle Titan with a corrupted head. I want to print out this head that Vias Mortis, my small corrupted Warlord Titan, got on his model with these Gatling gun in the mouthpiece. I want to print this one in the bigger scale to put it on this model, and as sadly it does not fit the scheme, I need to add some green stuff and model some chaos runes on the armor panels so that he fit the theme of those chaos titans. The Deathbringer would be equipped with a Bellicosa Volcano Cannon, a Sun Fury Plasma Annihilator, and paired laser blasters. They are called they are called paired laser blasters, and maybe I get a Ariok Titan Claw to switch out the Bellicosa Volcano Cannon, but I'm not sure right now if I would add this one later, so this is not the focus. So I got these close up, run there and bite him in the ass maniple with night support, and I got this heavy duty battle line maniple where there is something of all the tactics with some pressure with a Vandal. Then there are the Mastiffs for the midfield. The backfield is dominated by the Goth, and the Deathbringer or Night Gaunt Warlord Titan is used where he's needed. Maybe with something like warp displacement, he would be able to go up the table real fast. In regards of these, what do you do with the measurements? There are 2 possibilities. There is variant 1. We will scale up by 3 so that the table isn't these 4x4, it is 12 by 12, or we scale it up with 4. This is then the 16 by 16 table, the floor with gaming mats and foam buildings that we would prepare for these events so that these big models have some line of sight blocking terrain between them and the enemy. And I guess the multiplier of 3 is a better choice, so this is not the 1.2 meters, it is 3 meter and 60 centimeter on each gaming mat table size edge, and this is really big. And we need to keep in mind that we go with MDF or HDF bases and templates for those models if we play the bigger Adeptus Titanicus. So this Warhound Scout Titan got an 80mm base in Titanicus. This would scale up to 8, 16, 24, so 240mm base, like this, or by 4 a 320mm base. So it would go exponential larger, and the space on the floor, the table, would be more cluttered with all these base stand-ins and the templates. So I don't want to go that big with the bases, so maybe it is only the 3-time multiplier with the scaling. So that a Vulcan Megabolter got a range of 60 inches, and if I recall correct, in Apocalypse 40K it got a range something around this. The Flamer would be a template with 8, 60, 24 inches, so I think in the Apocalypse rule set it is way more, 63 36, sorry. But I think for our purposes, the scale by 3 thing is a good thing that we could apply the measurements in this bigger scale. So this was the update for 2021 first quarter of the year. Much about Adeptus Titanicus 28 that I wanted to tell you. Some thank yous and some plans for the future. I hope we see again very soon on this channel with Adeptus Titanicus content. And regarding all this that happens in the world, some serious words. I hope you all keep safe and keep well. Keep away from infection, keep away from war, keep away from lust and suffering. This chord like lust. No, I meant loss. Something that you lose, maybe people or belongings, and that you don't suffer in these turbulent times. So my best wishes to you, and I hope we see you again. Till then, keep on wargaming, only with miniatures on the table, please. Dizzy out.